Hi and welcome. Today I've got a stability ball 5 exercise butt and ab blast just for you. We're gonna kick this off with 45 seconds of a stability ball plank. So drive your elbows into the ball, set your feet so they're about hip distance, and then lift your body off the ground. So for our lines, we've got our elbows under our shoulders and you're forming a nice straight line from your heels all the way up to your ears. The entire time you're holding your plank, you've got your belly button drawn up to your spine and your shoulder blades kind of pulled down your back. So your upper back is really strong, your glutes are squeezed nice and tight, and your quads are strong too. They're lifted up off your knees. Make sure you keep the breathing deep in and out. Long, smooth inhales, long, smooth exhales, and a nice long spine. Our time's already up. Let's move on to our leg raises. So you're gonna shift forward a little bit, bring your palms down to the ground, keep your ribs and your hips on the ball. And then what we're gonna do is take the toes wide to the edges of the mat and then lift up by squeezing your glutes and bring your heels together. Pause for a second at the top of that upward phase of the exercise. I want you to really focus in, dial it in, feel the glutes contract. This exercise is an awesome shaper for the backside, your hamstrings or glutes, and also for strengthening the muscles that support your spine. Not to mention, doesn't it feel really good? I love an exercise where you can feel exactly where it's working. It makes me smile. Super job. Let's move on to 45 seconds of stability ball knee tucks. To get into position, you're going to shift your body forward, so bring your shins and your feet onto the ball. Set yourself up in a nice high plank, get your balance. Notice my wrists are under my shoulders again. And then what I'm going to do is draw both knees up towards my chest, allowing my low back to round slightly and my core to hollow out. I love doing this exercise with an emphasis on the breath. So as I inhale, I lengthen out, and as I exhale, I hollow out and draw the knees up. A major form tip on this exercise, make sure as those legs lengthen out that your hips don't sag towards the ground and that your hips don't start to creep up if you get tired. You're gonna keep yourself away from that hip rise or the sagging just by keeping your abs really tight. Okay, let's move on. 45 seconds, stability ball, hamstring curl. So you've got to turn over and bring your back onto the mat, and then you're gonna shift so that your heels and calves are resting on the ball. Lock your core in place before you raise your hips up. I always do that by pulling my ribs down and together towards my belly button. You'll actually feel your spine kind of imprint on the mat. So that happens, and then you squeeze through your hips to lift up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips lifted and start bringing the heels towards your butt. So you're rolling the ball towards you, and all of the work is happening in your hamstrings and your low back. Are you feeling this one? I always feel this one. It's such a great exercise for the backside of the body. Okay, last exercise. We've got 45 seconds of our stability ball pass, a super intense exercise for all of your abdominal muscles. Begin by making a nice long line with your body and trapping the ball between your heels. Then what you're gonna do is lift the shoulders up off the mat and your arms, reaching for the ball, pass it to your hands and lower down. You're just passing that ball back and forth, keeping your arms and legs really long to create the most challenge in this exercise. Okay, now you've got to pinky swear me that you're gonna keep your spine pressed into the mat the whole time. If you find that your back starts to arch, just make your range of motion a little smaller so you don't have to bring your arms or your legs as close to the ground. Work wherever you can, keeping your spine locked down to the mat, and eventually you'll get stronger and you'll make it longer. You will make it through this time. This is our last exercise. Think of the benefits to your abs and why you press play on this video. We are almost done. That's it. Heck yeah. Happy butts and guts, right? I'm super impressed. Subscribe if you want to be the first to get the new stuff.